Stop for a moment. Do not let your mind wander. Do not scroll away. If you are hearing these words, believe that this is not an accident. There are moments when heaven interrupts the ordinary rhythm of life to place a message directly before the person who needs it most. Today is one of those moments. I have been watching your silent battles. I have seen the prayers you whispered when no one else could hear. I have counted every tear that fell when you wondered if anyone in heaven was listening. I am Jesus, and I know what weighs upon your heart. You have asked me questions that you never spoke aloud. Lord, will I ever have enough? Will my family be safe? Will these financial burdens finally end? Have you forgotten me? No, my child, I have never forgotten you. Before this day began, I already knew you would be here. Before your worries reached your heart, my peace was already prepared for you. Before your need became visible on earth, my provision had already been established in heaven. Today, I am inviting you into something deeper than another ordinary prayer. I am calling you into an hour of surrender, an hour where fear loses its authority, an hour where anxiety no longer dictates your future, an hour where your faith begins to speak louder than your circumstances. Many people pray for a few seconds before rushing back into worry. Others pray only when everything seems to be falling apart. But throughout Scripture, those who remained in my presence experienced transformation long before they saw the miracle with their physical eyes. Remember what is written in Jeremiah 29:13. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Notice that I did not promise that everyone would find me. I promised that those who seek me with their whole heart would. This message is not about repeating empty words for 60 minutes. This is about allowing your heart to become completely available to me. When you stay with me instead of running toward fear, something begins to change inside you. Your thoughts become calmer. Your spirit becomes stronger. Your vision becomes clearer. Your faith begins to replace despair. And often, before the miracle appears around you, I perform an even greater miracle within you. Many people watching today have carried financial pressure for so long that they have started believing lack is their identity. But I never called you to live as a prisoner of fear. Yes, there will be seasons of testing. Yes, there will be moments when the answer seems delayed, but delay is not denial. Look at Abraham, look at Joseph, look at David, look at Ruth. Look at countless servants who trusted God long before they understood His timing. Their greatest victories often arrived after their greatest waiting. Perhaps you have been saying, Lord, I have prayed before. I know. Perhaps you have said, I have believed before. I know. Perhaps you even feel tired. I know that too. That is exactly why I am asking you not to give me another hurried prayer. Give me your attention. Give me your trust. Give me this hour. Not because I need your time, because you need my presence. When you remain before me without rushing, you begin to hear what your anxious mind has been too loud to notice. Sometimes I whisper direction. Sometimes I reveal hidden wisdom. Sometimes I remind you of opportunities you ignored because fear blinded you. Sometimes I simply heal the parts of your soul that money could never repair. For what does it profit someone to gain wealth while losing peace? True prosperity begins with my presence. Financial blessing without spiritual wisdom becomes another burden. But when I bless someone whose heart is anchored in me, I also give discernment, peace, patience, and favor. That is why Proverbs 10:22 declares, "The blessing of the Lord makes rich, and He adds no sorrow with it." Notice those final words, no sorrow with it. The blessing I release is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to establish you. Perhaps your breakthrough will come through an unexpected opportunity, perhaps through restored relationships, perhaps through wisdom that changes your financial decisions forever. Perhaps through doors that no human being could have opened. You do not yet know the method, but I already know the outcome. The enemy wants you to believe that because your bank account looks empty, heaven must also be empty. Nothing could be further from the truth. Heaven has never experienced lack. Heaven has never experienced recession. Heaven has never been surprised by your situation. Everything I release comes at the appointed time. Do not confuse waiting with abandonment. While you were waiting, I was preparing. While you were crying, I was arranging. While you were doubting, I was still working. And today I ask only one thing. Stay with me. Pray with sincerity. Open your heart. Let my words become stronger than the voices telling you to give up. If this message has already touched something deep inside your spirit, I want you to make a simple declaration of faith. Write in the comments, I trust Jesus with my future. Do not write it for me. Write it as a reminder to your own soul that your future is not controlled by fear, inflation, people, or impossible circumstances. Your future rests in my hands. And because I know many of you have been praying specifically for financial restoration, I felt led to make something available that may help you continue seeking me after this message ends. I sensed in my heart that some of you need practical daily encouragement rooted in prayer. That is why a special gift has been made available only today, the ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. Click the first pinned comment to receive your gift through link 1. And if you desire to grow even closer with this community of faith, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Do not wait too long because this opportunity is available only for today. Now, breathe deeply. Do not rush. The world has taught you to hurry, but miracles are often recognized by those who know how to remain. As we continue this journey together, I want you to imagine setting aside every distraction. Lay your unpaid bills before me. Lay your fears before me. Lay your disappointments before me. Lay your unanswered questions before me. You do not have to pretend to be strong. You do not have to impress me. You only have to come. Matthew 11:28 still speaks with the same power today. Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Notice that I first promised rest, then strength, then direction. Because a heart at rest hears heaven more clearly than a heart consumed by panic. Today may become the beginning of a completely different season. Not because your circumstances changed in one instant, but because your heart chose to believe before your eyes could see. And those who learn to believe before they see often discover that my greatest miracles arrive in ways they never imagined. There is something I want you to understand before you continue praying. The greatest battles over your finances are not always fought in your wallet. They are often fought in your mind. Long before the enemy can steal from your hands, he tries to steal your hope. He whispers that nothing will ever change. He convinces you that every closed door is permanent. He wants you to believe that disappointment is your destiny. But I tell you today, reject every lie that has been speaking louder than my promises. You have spent enough nights wondering how everything would work out. You have carried burdens that were never meant to rest upon your shoulders alone. You have calculated numbers over and over again, searching for an answer that never seemed to come. You have looked at bills, debts, responsibilities, and obligations until they appeared larger than your faith. Yet I ask you this question: have your worries ever solved your problems? Worry has never created provision. Fear has never opened a divine door. Panic has never released a miracle, but faith has, trust has, persistent prayer has. There are blessings that begin moving the moment someone decides to trust me beyond what they can understand. Faith is not pretending that difficulties do not exist. Faith is looking directly at them and still declaring that my power is greater. Remember what my servant Paul wrote in Philippians 4:6-7. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Notice that I first promised peace. Peace comes before provision, because peace prepares your heart to receive what I am about to do. Many people cannot recognize my blessings because anxiety has filled every corner of their thoughts. They are so focused on what they lack that they overlook what I am already placing before them. Do not become one of those people. Open your spiritual eyes. Perhaps I have already placed someone in your path who will encourage you. Perhaps I have already planted an idea inside your heart that could change your future. Perhaps I have already opened a small opportunity that seemed too ordinary to notice. Do not despise small beginnings. Every mighty tree once appeared as a tiny seed. Every great testimony began with one simple act of obedience. Every miracle starts with someone choosing faith over fear. I know there are moments when your prayers seem to disappear into silence. Those moments can feel lonely. They can make you question whether heaven is still listening. But silence does not mean absence. Think of a farmer. After planting seeds, the field appears unchanged for a while. Day after day, nothing seems different. Yet beneath the surface, life is already growing, the roots are expanding, strength is developing, growth is taking place where human eyes cannot see. Your prayers often work the same way. You may not immediately see movement, but heaven is never inactive. While you are praying, I am aligning circumstances. While you are worshiping, I am preparing people. While you are trusting, I am removing obstacles you never even knew existed. Never assume that because you cannot see my hands. I am not working. I have always been working behind the scenes. Some of you watching have asked for financial breakthrough, but I also want to heal your relationship with money itself. Money is a tool. It is not your master. If your peace depends entirely upon numbers inside a bank account, then fear will always find a way to control you. But when your confidence rests in me, you become free. Free to be generous, free to sleep peacefully, free to make wise decisions instead of desperate ones, free to trust my timing. This freedom is part of the blessing I want to give you. There are people listening right now who have carried shame because they needed help. They feel embarrassed by their financial struggles. They compare themselves to others and quietly believe they have somehow failed. My child, listen carefully. Your current situation does not define your value. Your bank balance does not determine your identity. Your debts do not cancel my promises. You are still loved, you are still chosen, you are still seen, you are still precious in my sight. Never measure my love by temporary circumstances. I loved you before your struggles began. I love you while you are walking through them, and I will love you after they are gone. Now I want you to do something that may feel simple, but carries great spiritual significance. Speak these words aloud if you can. Jesus, I place every financial burden into your hands. I release my fear, I release my anxiety, I release my need to control everything. I trust that you are making a way even when I cannot see it. Do not rush those words. Let each sentence settle into your heart. Sometimes the miracle begins the moment you stop trying to carry everything alone. You were never created to carry tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. Stay present with me, one prayer at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. The future that frightens you is already known to me. Nothing about your life has surprised heaven. If these words resonate with your spirit, I invite you to leave a declaration of faith in the comments. Write, "Jesus is making a way for me." Every time you confess faith instead of fear, you remind your own heart that my promises remain stronger than your circumstances. And because I care not only about this moment but also about your journey after this video, I want to remind you of the special gift that has been prepared for those who feel led to continue growing in prayer. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, has been made available as a special gift only today. If you feel that it could strengthen your daily time with God, simply click the first pinned comment and use link 1 to receive it. And if your heart desires to walk even more closely with this faith-filled community, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive it as an opportunity to deepen your spiritual walk, but don't wait too long, because today's opportunity will not remain available forever. Now remain still for a moment. Do not let distractions steal what heaven is planting inside your heart. The prayer we are building together is not simply asking for money, it is shaping a new way of living. A life where gratitude replaces complaining, where faith replaces panic, where obedience replaces hesitation, where hope rises higher than fear. And when your heart begins to change in this way, you will discover something extraordinary. The blessing you have been asking for is not merely about what will enter your hands, it is also about the person you are becoming while you wait upon me. There is another truth that many people never discover until much later in life. Not every delay is an attack. Some delays are acts of my protection. You have prayed for financial increase, and I have heard every word. But if I had placed certain blessings into your hands before your character was ready, those same blessings could have become burdens. I never withhold good things to punish my children. Sometimes I prepare my children so they can carry what I am about to release. Think about Joseph. He received the dream long before he received the palace. There was the pit. Then there was slavery. Then there was prison. If Joseph had judged my faithfulness by his circumstances, he would have believed I had abandoned him. Yet every difficult season was quietly preparing him to lead a nation during a time of famine. Your waiting season may also be your preparation season. Do not waste it. Ask me every day, "Lord, what are you teaching me while I wait?" That question opens doors that complaining never will. There are lessons that cannot be learned during comfort. There is wisdom that only grows through dependence upon me. There is humility that wealth alone can never produce. When your heart remains teachable, even the hardest season becomes fertile ground for miracles. Many people think prosperity begins when money arrives. I tell you that true prosperity begins when your heart learns contentment without giving up expectation. These two truths can exist together. You can be grateful for what you have while believing me for more. You can appreciate today's bread while trusting me for tomorrow's harvest. This is not passive faith. This is confident expectation. Hebrews 11:1 declares, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." Faith allows you to thank me before the answer appears. Faith allows you to praise me before the breakthrough is visible. Faith allows you to sleep peacefully while the miracle is still unfolding. That is why I want you to begin changing the conversations you have with yourself. Instead of saying, "Nothing ever works out for me," begin saying, "The Lord is guiding every step I take." Instead of saying, "I will never recover," begin saying, "My Redeemer is restoring what has been lost." Instead of saying, "I have reached the end," begin saying, "God is already preparing a new beginning." Your words matter, not because they possess magical power on their own, but because they reveal where your heart has chosen to place its trust. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, as Proverbs teaches. Every day you have an opportunity to agree with fear or to agree with my promises. Choose wisely. I know there are viewers listening who have quietly stopped dreaming. Disappointment has convinced them that hope is dangerous. Every unanswered prayer felt like another reason to expect less. If that describes you, hear me carefully. I did not create you to live without hope. Hope is not foolish. Hope is the expectation that I remain faithful even when life becomes confusing. The enemy fears a hopeful believer because hope refuses to surrender. Hope keeps praying. Hope keeps obeying. Hope keeps giving thanks. Hope keeps moving forward one faithful step at a time. Never underestimate what I can accomplish through someone who refuses to stop believing. There may even be people around you who cannot understand why you continue trusting me. They may tell you to lower your expectations. They may tell you to settle. They may tell you that miracles belong to another generation. Do not allow another person's unbelief to become the ceiling over your faith. Remember how Peter stepped out of the boat. Everyone else remained where it felt safe. Peter experienced something impossible because he responded to my voice instead of his surroundings. The waves were real, the wind was real, but my invitation was greater than both. Today I am extending another invitation. Come closer. Spend this hour with me. Not because I am counting the minutes, but because every moment you remain in my presence strengthens your spirit and weakens your fear. You may not notice it immediately, but your perspective is already beginning to change. Your burdens are becoming lighter. Your breathing is becoming calmer. Your confidence is becoming stronger. This is how transformation often begins. Quietly, deeply, steadily. Do not chase quick emotional moments while ignoring lasting spiritual growth. Allow my word to take root inside you. The deeper the roots, the stronger the tree. And when storms come again, and they will, you will not be shaken as easily because your foundation will be secure. Perhaps there is someone in your family you have been praying for. Perhaps you are asking not only for your own provision, but for your children, your spouse, your parents, or someone you deeply love. Know this. I care about every burden you carry for them. Continue placing their names before me. Continue asking for wisdom over their finances, protection over their lives, and peace over their hearts. Your faithful prayers are never wasted. Even when you cannot measure what is happening, heaven is listening. Right now, I want you to pause and make another declaration of faith. Write in the comments, "My hope is anchored in Jesus." Let those words become more than a comment. Let them become the posture of your heart. And if you feel that today's message is helping you remain focused on prayer instead of fear, I encourage you not to let this moment end when the video finishes. A special gift has been made available only for today. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. If you would like to continue strengthening your daily conversations with God, click the first pinned comment and receive your gift through link 1. And if you desire to walk more closely with this growing family of faith, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive it as an extension of today's encouragement, and remember that this opportunity is available only for a limited time. As you continue praying, release the need to know every detail of tomorrow. You do not need tomorrow's strength today. You only need today's grace. And today's grace is more than enough. The hands that formed the mountains have not grown weak. The voice that calmed the sea still speaks peace over anxious hearts. The shepherd who never loses his sheep is still leading you, even through valleys you do not yet understand. So remain close, remain faithful, remain expectant. Because while your eyes are fixed on me, I am already preparing blessings that will arrive at exactly the right moment, in exactly the right way, according to a wisdom far greater than anything you could have planned for yourself. There is one prayer that changes a person's life forever, and it is not the prayer most people expect. Many ask me to change their circumstances. Far fewer ask me to change their hearts. Yet when I transform the heart, the circumstances often begin to follow. I know you have been asking for financial provision. I know there are responsibilities waiting for you. There are bills that cannot be ignored. There are dreams that seem distant because resources appear limited. None of these things are hidden from me. But today, I want you to pray a different prayer. Lord, make me the person you can trust with greater blessings. That prayer requires humility. It requires surrender. It requires courage. Because when you pray that sincerely, I begin shaping your character in ways you never imagined. Sometimes I remove habits that quietly steal your peace. Sometimes I expose fears that have been controlling your decisions. Sometimes I close doors that looked attractive because they would have led you away from my purpose. Never confuse my protection with rejection. Every closed door is not a punishment. Some doors remain closed because I love you too much to allow you to walk through them. You may remember moments when you prayed desperately for something that never happened. At the time you felt disappointed. Years later, you look back and realize that unanswered prayer had actually been divine protection. The same God who says yes also says wait. And sometimes I lovingly say no because I already see what you cannot. Trust my perspective. Isaiah 55 reminds you, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Neither are your ways my ways. You see one day. I see every generation that comes after you. You see one opportunity. I see every consequence attached to that opportunity. You see today's pressure. I see tomorrow's victory. That is why I ask you not to lean only on your own understanding. Lean on me. There is another reason I have called you to spend this hour in prayer. Prayer changes your priorities. When you spend enough time in my presence, the things that once consumed your thoughts begin to lose their power over you. Fear no longer controls every decision. Comparison loses its grip. Envy begins to disappear. Bitterness starts to fade. Instead of asking why someone else has more than you begin thanking me for what I am preparing specifically for your life. Comparison has robbed countless people of their joy. Someone will always appear richer. Someone will always seem more successful. Someone will always look as though life came easier for them, but you do not know the full story. You do not know their private battles. You do not know what they sacrificed. Most importantly, you do not know the assignment I have written for your life. Your journey was never meant to be a copy of someone else's. I have written a unique story for you. Walk in it faithfully. Celebrate others without believing their blessing has reduced yours. Heaven does not run out of provision. My resources are not limited. When I bless one person, I have not forgotten another. Your appointed blessing still carries your name. No one can steal what I have truly prepared for you. That truth should bring peace to your heart. Many people exhaust themselves trying to force open doors that I never intended them to enter. Instead of forcing, begin trusting. Instead of manipulating, begin praying. Instead of living with constant anxiety, begin expecting my guidance. There is tremendous strength in quiet confidence. Psalm 46 declares, "Be still and know that I am God." Being still does not mean becoming inactive. It means refusing to let panic become your leader. It means choosing confidence over chaos. It means remembering that I remain on the throne even when your circumstances seem uncertain. Some of you have recently experienced unexpected setbacks. Perhaps you lost income. Perhaps an investment failed. Perhaps someone broke a promise that affected your finances. Perhaps you worked faithfully only to watch opportunities disappear. Do not allow disappointment to harden your heart. A wounded heart often struggles to recognize new blessings because it expects every opportunity to end in pain. Let me heal that wound. Do not carry yesterday's disappointments into tomorrow's possibilities. Forgive those who hurt you. Release the bitterness that weighs down your spirit. You are not freeing them. You are freeing yourself. Forgiveness makes room for peace. Peace creates room for wisdom. Wisdom opens doors that anger could never unlock. As you continue praying today, ask me not only for provision, but also for discernment. Ask me to show you which opportunities deserve your attention. Ask me to reveal which voices you should ignore. Ask me to help you recognize divine appointments when they appear. I often answer prayers through people, conversations, ideas, and unexpected moments that seem ordinary at first. Remain spiritually awake. Do not overlook small opportunities simply because you are expecting something dramatic. The miracle you have been praying for may begin with one faithful conversation, one wise decision, one act of obedience, or one unexpected invitation. I delight in surprising my children. If your heart is receiving these words, I want you to make another declaration of faith. Write in the comments, "God's timing is perfect for my life." Every declaration rooted in faith strengthens your resolve to keep trusting instead of surrendering to fear. And before we continue this journey together, I feel led to remind you of something that may help you remain consistent in prayer after today's message. A special gift has been prepared for you only today. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide. If you feel encouraged to deepen your daily time with God, click the first pinned comment and receive your gift through link 1. If you would like to become even more connected with this community of believers, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these as opportunities to continue growing in faith, but do not postpone it, because today's opportunity is available for a limited time. Now take another deep breath, quiet your thoughts, release every burden you have been carrying. You do not have to solve your entire future tonight. You only need to remain faithful today. Walk with me today. Trust me today. Pray with me today. Tomorrow will have its own challenges, but it will also have my mercy waiting for you. I have never failed those who continue seeking me with sincere hearts. Remain in my presence. Remain attentive to my voice. Remain confident that even now, while you cannot yet see every detail, I am arranging people, opening doors, closing dangerous paths, and preparing blessings that will arrive exactly when your heart is ready to receive them. There are moments when heaven asks you to do something that seems completely opposite to what fear tells you to do. Fear says, "Hold on tightly to everything you have." I say, "Trust me enough to place everything in my hands." Fear tells you that if you surrender control, everything will fall apart. But I tell you that the moment you surrender what you cannot control is often the moment I begin to move in ways you never expected. Many people spend years praying for financial miracles while secretly believing they must carry every burden alone. They pray, but they never truly release their worries. They ask for my help, yet continue living as though everything depends entirely upon their own strength. My child, that is not the life I prepared for you. When I invited you to follow me, I never promised a life without challenges. I promised that you would never face them alone. Remember the words found in 1 Peter 5:7, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." Notice that I did not say to carry part of your anxiety. I did not tell you to keep the financial worries while giving me everything else. I asked you to cast all of it upon me, your fears about tomorrow, your concerns about providing for your family, your uncertainty about retirement, your questions about your future, your disappointment over opportunities that never happened. Give them all to me. Every burden you continue carrying without me becomes heavier with time. Every burden you surrender to me becomes lighter because my strength begins where yours reaches its limit. Some of you have become so accustomed to living under pressure that peace feels unfamiliar. When life finally becomes quiet for a moment, you immediately begin searching for the next problem. You expect disappointment because disappointment has visited you so many times before. But I am calling you into a different way of living. I want you to expect my faithfulness more than you expect trouble. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means allowing my promises to become more real than your fears. David understood this when he wrote in Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Think carefully about those words. David did not say he would never experience valleys. He spoke of walking through the valley of the shadow of death. But even there, he declared that I was with him. Your confidence does not come from living in perfect circumstances. Your confidence comes from knowing that wherever you walk, I walk beside you. Even now, I am beside you. I know the questions that keep you awake. I know the conversations you have had with yourself in the middle of the night. What if I cannot pay everything? What if nothing changes? What if I have already missed my opportunity? Listen carefully. You have not exhausted my ability to provide. You have not reached the end of my mercy. You have not stepped beyond the reach of my grace. The same hands that fed thousands with a few loaves and fish have not lost their power. The same voice that called Lazarus from the tomb still speaks life where others see only impossibility. The same love that carried my disciples through storms is carrying you today. Do not allow temporary lack to convince you that eternal provision has disappeared. Sometimes I provide in ways that surprise you. Sometimes I send wisdom before resources. Sometimes I send relationships before opportunities. Sometimes I restore confidence before increasing finances. Because when your heart is healthy, you are able to steward the blessing with greater wisdom. Ask yourself this question. If I answered every financial prayer today, would your heart remain close to me tomorrow? That is not a question of judgment. It is a question of relationship. The greatest blessing I can give you is not wealth alone. It is a heart that continues seeking me whether you have much or little, because a heart rooted in my presence cannot be shaken by changing seasons. There will be seasons of planting, there will be seasons of waiting, there will be seasons of harvest. Do not confuse one season with your entire story. Winter is not forever. Night is not forever. Waiting is not forever. I have written chapters of your life that you have not yet read. Do not decide the ending while I am still writing the story. There is someone listening right now who feels they have wasted too many years. You regret financial decisions. You regret missed opportunities. You regret trusting the wrong people. You regret acting out of fear instead of faith. Bring those regrets to me. Do not let them become chains around your future. I redeem what seems beyond repair. Joel 2:25 carries a promise that still speaks today. I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten. Notice that I did not promise only to restore money. I promised restoration. That includes peace. That includes joy. That includes purpose. That includes hope. There are things you believe were permanently lost that I am fully able to restore according to my perfect will. Do not stop believing simply because restoration has taken longer than you expected. My timing has never been late. If these words are strengthening your spirit, I invite you to make another declaration of faith in the comments. Write, Jesus is restoring every area of my life. Let those words become a testimony before the testimony itself arrives. And as you continue walking through this time of prayer, I do not want today's encouragement to end when this message is over. That is why a special gift has been prepared for you only today. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, is available through link 1 in the first pinned comment for anyone who desires to continue building a daily habit of faithful prayer. And if your heart desires to grow even closer with this community of believers, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these as gifts for your spiritual journey, but remember that this opportunity is available only for today. Now remain quiet before me. Do not rush ahead. Let every anxious thought settle. Let every fearful voice grow weaker. Let every promise from my word become stronger than every circumstance surrounding you. I am still opening doors no one can shut. I am still making rivers in the wilderness. I am still providing paths where others see dead ends. Remain faithful. Remain hopeful. Remain in prayer. For while you continue seeking me with an undivided heart, I am preparing blessings that will not only meet your needs, but also reveal my faithfulness in ways that will strengthen your testimony for years to come. As you remain here with me, something unseen is already beginning to take place. You may not feel it with your emotions. You may not yet see it with your eyes. Your circumstances may even appear exactly the same as they did an hour ago, but never judge what heaven is doing by what your natural eyes can immediately recognize. The greatest movements of my spirit often begin quietly. A seed does not announce when it begins to grow. The sunrise does not happen all at once. A child does not become an adult overnight. In the same way, the work I am doing within your life is unfolding step by step. Trust the process that my love has designed for you. Many people ask me for sudden miracles, and I certainly have the power to perform them. Throughout the scriptures, I healed instantly, multiplied food instantly, calmed storms instantly, and opened impossible doors in a single moment. But there are also miracles that unfold through faithful obedience. Those miracles shape not only your circumstances, but also your character. When I walked with my disciples, they did not understand everything in a single day. Every conversation, every challenge, every storm, every miracle, every lesson prepared them for the calling that awaited them. Perhaps that is exactly what I am doing with you now. You think you are simply waiting for financial provision, but I am preparing you to become someone who carries my peace into every situation. Money can solve certain earthly problems. It cannot replace wisdom. It cannot replace integrity. It cannot replace faith. It cannot replace a heart that remains close to me. That is why I desire to bless your entire life. Not only your finances, I want your home to become a place of peace. I want your family to experience hope again. I want your children and grandchildren to see what it looks like when someone trusts God, even during uncertain seasons. Your testimony is already being written. One day, Someone will ask how you remained strong when everything seemed impossible, and you will not point first to your bank account. You will point to my faithfulness. You will remember the nights when you prayed instead of giving up. You will remember the mornings when you chose gratitude instead of despair. You will remember the quiet moments when I whispered peace into your anxious heart. Those moments are becoming part of your testimony. Never underestimate what a faithful life can inspire in others. Someone in your family may be watching your response to hardship more closely than you realize. Someone who has never believed may begin believing because they witnessed your perseverance. Someone who had almost abandoned hope may find courage through your example. This is why your faith matters, not only for you, but for generations connected to you. In Deuteronomy, I spoke about blessing extending through generations for those who walk faithfully with me. Never think your obedience affects only your own life. Faith creates a legacy. Every prayer you pray today plants seeds that may continue bearing fruit long after this moment has passed. There are also spiritual battles that you cannot see. Not every obstacle is merely financial. Sometimes discouragement itself becomes the greatest weapon against your future. If the enemy cannot immediately stop your blessing, he often tries to convince you to stop believing before it arrives. He whispers, "Nothing is changing. You've prayed too long. God has forgotten you." Reject those lies immediately. Replace them with my truth. I have not forgotten you. Isaiah 49:16 says, "See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. How could I forget the one whose name is continually before me? You are not invisible. Your prayers are not ignored. Your tears have not been wasted. Every sincere cry that rises toward heaven is heard. Perhaps not answered according to your preferred timing, but always heard and always held within my perfect wisdom." As you continue this hour of prayer, begin thanking me for blessings you cannot yet see. This is one of the greatest acts of faith. Thank me for wisdom that is already coming. Thank me for opportunities already being prepared. Thank me for divine protection you may never even recognize. Thank me for closed doors that kept you from harm. Thank me for open doors that are approaching. Gratitude changes the atmosphere of your heart. A thankful heart remains sensitive to my presence. A thankful heart notices my fingerprints in ordinary moments. You may discover that today's miracle begins with something very simple: a conversation, an unexpected phone call, a new idea, a restored relationship, a decision made with wisdom instead of fear. Never overlook what appears small. I often begin with small things because they teach my children to recognize my hand before the greater blessing arrives. If you cannot thank me for the seed, you may struggle to appreciate the harvest. Remain faithful in little things. Scripture teaches that those who are faithful with little can be entrusted with much. Faithfulness is never wasted. Every honest decision, every generous act, every prayer whispered in private, every moment of obedience, I see them all. Nothing escapes my attention. Perhaps you have wondered whether your quiet faithfulness even matters. It matters more than you know. Heaven celebrates faithfulness far more than earthly applause. Continue serving, continue praying, continue trusting, continue walking with integrity even when no one else notices. I notice. That is enough. If these words have strengthened your spirit today, I invite you to leave another declaration of faith in the comments. Write, I believe God is working behind the scenes. As you write those words, allow them to become the conviction of your heart. Believe that even now, while you cannot trace every detail, my hands remain actively guiding your future. And because I want this time of prayer to continue bearing fruit long after today's message, I encourage you to receive the special gift that has been prepared for this community. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, has been made available only today through link 1 in the first pinned comment. It was prepared to help strengthen your daily prayer life and encourage you as you continue seeking my presence. If you desire to walk even more closely with this community of faith, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these opportunities with gratitude, remembering that they are available only for a limited time. Now remain still once more, take another slow breath, release every remaining fear into my hands. You do not need to know every answer before taking the next faithful step. You simply need to keep your eyes upon me, for I am already walking ahead of you. I am preparing what you cannot yet imagine. I am arranging what you cannot yet see. And when the appointed moment arrives, you will understand that even the waiting was filled with my love, my wisdom, and my unfailing care for every detail of your life. There is a question I want you to carry in your heart as you continue praying with me. What would your life look like if fear no longer made your decisions? Pause for a moment and truly consider it. How many opportunities have you avoided because you were afraid of failing? How many prayers have you whispered while secretly expecting disappointment? How many dreams have remained hidden because doubt convinced you that nothing would ever change? Fear has a way of making tomorrow appear darker than it truly is, but my light has always been greater than your darkness. When I spoke to my disciples after the resurrection, I repeatedly said the same words, "Peace be with you." I did not begin with instructions. I began with peace, because a fearful heart struggles to hear my voice clearly. That is why I'm inviting you to let my peace settle deeply within you today. Do not confuse peace with the absence of problems. Peace is the confidence that I remain in control, even while problems still exist. The storm may continue for a time, the waves may still rise around you, but if I am in the boat with you, you have every reason to remain hopeful. Remember the night when my disciples panicked as the wind and sea grew violent. Experienced fishermen believed they were about to perish. Yet I spoke only a few words. "Peace, be still." Immediately the storm obeyed. The same authority that calmed those waters has not changed. Today I can still speak peace over troubled hearts. I can still calm anxious minds. I can still silence the voices that tell you your future has already been decided. Your circumstances do not have the final word. I do. Perhaps the greatest miracle you will experience during this hour of prayer is not an immediate financial breakthrough, but the complete removal of the fear that has controlled you for years. Imagine waking each morning without being consumed by worry. Imagine making decisions from wisdom instead of panic. Imagine sleeping peacefully because your confidence rests in me rather than in uncertain circumstances. This is the freedom I desire for you. Many people spend their entire lives chasing security. They believe more possessions will remove every fear. Then they discover that fear simply changes its form. Those with little fear losing what they need, those with much fear losing what they have. Only my presence provides the security that cannot be stolen. That is why I continue inviting you closer. Not because I want something from you, because I desire something for you. A heart that remains steady regardless of changing seasons. The Apostle Paul understood this secret. He wrote in Philippians 4:11-13 that he had learned to be content whether living in abundance or in need, because his strength came through Christ. Notice that he said he learned it. Contentment is cultivated, trust is cultivated. Faith grows one decision at a time. Every day you choose to believe my promises instead of your fears, your faith becomes stronger. Every day you spend time in my presence instead of surrendering to anxiety. Your spiritual foundation grows deeper. Never underestimate the quiet power of daily faithfulness. Small moments of obedience often create extraordinary outcomes over time. Perhaps today you feel your faith is still small. Do not be discouraged. Remember what I said about faith the size of a mustard seed. I never asked for perfect faith. I asked for genuine faith. Bring me the faith you have today. Do not wait until you feel stronger. Come exactly as you are. I know your weaknesses. I know your questions. I know the places where doubt still tries to whisper. None of these things prevent me from loving you. Bring everything to me honestly. There is no prayer more beautiful than the one spoken from a sincere heart. You do not need impressive words. You do not need polished speeches. You simply need honesty. Tell me where you are hurting. Tell me what frightens you. Tell me what you hope for. Tell me what you have almost stopped believing. I already know. But something powerful happens when you willingly place those burdens into my hands. Healing begins, peace enters, hope returns. Some of you have been carrying the weight of providing for an entire family. Others are praying for employment. Some are asking me to help them overcome overwhelming debt. Others are simply asking for enough to live with dignity and peace. Know this, I do not overlook humble prayers. I hear them all. The widow who gave 2 small coins was seen. The blind man calling my name was heard. The woman who quietly touched the edge of my garment was noticed. Never believe your prayer is too small for heaven's attention. Every sincere prayer matters. As you continue this hour with me, begin expecting divine wisdom. Wisdom will help you recognize opportunities that fear would have ignored. Wisdom will guide your conversations. Wisdom will shape your financial decisions. Wisdom will protect you from choices that appear attractive but lead toward regret. James 1:5 gives you this beautiful promise. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault. Notice that I do not criticize those who ask. I delight in giving wisdom generously. Ask confidently, expect guidance, remain attentive. I may answer through scripture. I may answer through quiet conviction. I may answer through a trusted conversation. I may answer through unexpected circumstances that reveal my direction. Keep your heart open, keep listening, keep trusting. If these words are strengthening your faith today, I invite you to make another declaration in the comments. Write, "The peace of Jesus fills my heart." As you write those words, let them become more than a sentence. Let them become your prayer. And because I desire to see your faith continue growing after today's message ends, I want to remind you of the special gift that has been made available for this community. The ebook, the Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, is available only today through link 1 in the first pinned comment. It was prepared to encourage your daily prayer life and help you remain rooted in my promises. If your heart desires to grow even closer with this family of believers, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these opportunities with gratitude and remember that today's gift is available only for a limited time. Now stay with me a little longer. Do not rush back into distraction. Allow my word to settle deeply within your heart. The peace you are receiving today is preparing you for the blessings that are still ahead. When those blessings arrive, you will recognize that they were never merely the result of favorable circumstances. They were the fruit of a heart that learned to trust me completely, even while the answer was still on its way. As this hour of prayer continues, I want you to become aware of something that is often overlooked. Every blessing I place into your life carries a purpose far greater than your own comfort. Yes, I desire to provide for your needs, Yes, I delight in seeing my children walk in peace rather than constant fear. Yes, I know that financial burdens can weigh heavily upon your heart, but my blessings are never meant to end with you. They are meant to flow through you. Think about Abraham. When I called him, I did not simply promise to bless him. I told him, I will bless you, and you will be a blessing. That has always been my heart. I bless so that love can spread. I provide so that generosity can grow. I strengthen so that encouragement can reach others. When you begin seeing prosperity through this perspective, everything changes. Money stops becoming an idol. It becomes a tool. Success stops becoming a personal trophy. It becomes an opportunity to reflect my goodness. Provision becomes an invitation to trust me even more deeply. This is why I care so much about the condition of your heart. A generous heart is not created after abundance arrives. It is formed long before. Some people believe they will become generous once they become wealthy. Yet generosity begins with whatever is already in your hands. A kind word, a prayer for someone who is hurting, a moment of forgiveness, a helping hand, an encouraging conversation. These are treasures that cost little but carry eternal value. Never believe that because your resources seem limited, your life has little impact. The widow with 2 small coins gave what appeared insignificant to others. Yet I honored her because I saw her heart. Heaven measures differently than the world. The world often celebrates appearance. I celebrate faithfulness. The world notices impressive achievements. I notice quiet obedience. The world measures wealth by possessions. I measure richness by love, humility, faith, and integrity. Do not chase the world's definition of success. Seek first my kingdom. Matthew 6:33 remains one of the greatest promises you can hold on to. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Notice the order: seek first, then receive. When your priorities remain aligned with my heart, you begin experiencing a peace that circumstances cannot steal. There are seasons when it seems everyone around you is moving ahead while you remain waiting. Do not become discouraged. Fruit ripens at different times. The farmer never stands beside the field, shouting at the crops to grow faster. He remains patient because he trusts the process. I ask you to trust my process as well. There are blessings growing beneath the surface that cannot yet be seen. Every prayer you have prayed with. Sincerity has become part of that unseen work. Every act of obedience has become another seed planted into fertile ground. Every decision to forgive instead of becoming bitter has prepared your heart for greater peace. Do not underestimate what I am doing through ordinary days. Many miracles begin long before they become visible. Some of you listening have quietly wondered whether your best years have already passed. Perhaps age has made you question whether new opportunities still exist. Perhaps disappointment has convinced you that your season has ended. Hear me clearly. As long as I have given you breath, I still have purpose for your life. Moses was 80 years old when I called him to lead my people. Caleb declared at 85 that he was still ready to possess the mountain I had promised him. Age has never limited my ability to fulfill my plans. Your future is not determined by the number of years behind you. It is determined by the one who walks before you. Do not surrender your expectations because of the calendar. Trust my timing instead. There may also be younger people listening who feel they have already failed too many times. They believe they have wasted opportunities that will never return. Listen carefully. Failure is not your identity. One mistake does not define your destiny. Peter denied me 3 times, yet I restored him and entrusted him with tremendous responsibility. Your past cannot prevent me from writing a new future when your heart remains surrendered. Allow my mercy to speak louder than your regrets. Mercy always creates room for new beginnings. As you continue praying today, ask me to help you become sensitive to my guidance. Sometimes my direction will ask you to move forward. Sometimes it will ask you to wait. Sometimes it will ask you to let go of something comfortable in order to receive something greater. Trust that every instruction I give comes from perfect love. I never lead my children into confusion. I lead them into life. That does not mean every path feels easy, but it always leads toward my purpose. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds you, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. Hold tightly to that promise, especially when you cannot immediately understand what I am doing. Understanding often comes after obedience, not before. Walk faithfully with the light you have today. Tomorrow's light will come tomorrow. If this message has encouraged your heart, I invite you to make another declaration of faith in the comments. Write, God's purpose for my life is greater than my fears. As you write those words, believe them. Speak them over your future. Let them become part of your daily prayer. And if you desire to continue strengthening your walk with me after today's message, remember the special gift that has been prepared for you, the ebook. The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide is available only today through link 1 in the first pinned comment. It was prepared to encourage your daily conversations with God and help you remain steadfast in faith during every season. If your heart desires to grow even closer with this community of believers, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these opportunities with gratitude, remembering that they are available only for a limited time. Now remain quiet before me once again. Do not allow impatience to rush what heaven is carefully preparing. The answers you seek are not delayed because I have forgotten you. They are unfolding according to a wisdom that sees beyond today. Continue trusting. Continue praying. Continue expecting. For I am not only preparing provision for your hands, I am preparing a life that reflects my peace, my wisdom, my generosity, and my faithfulness in ways that will bless you, your family, and everyone whose path your life will one day touch. There is something I want you to remember every time you feel discouraged. I never waste a season, not one prayer, not one tear, not one act of faith, not one moment you spend waiting in my presence. The world often believes that only visible progress has value. If nothing appears to be changing, people assume that nothing is happening. But my kingdom works differently. The deepest work almost always begins where human eyes cannot see. Consider how a pearl is formed. It begins with irritation. Consider how gold is refined. It passes through fire. Consider how a diamond is created. It forms under tremendous pressure. None of these processes seem beautiful while they are happening, yet they produce something precious. Your life is no different. Perhaps this season has felt like pressure. Perhaps you have experienced disappointment after disappointment. Perhaps you have wondered why every step forward seemed to be followed by another obstacle. Do not conclude that I have abandoned you. Instead, ask me what I am forming inside you, because when my work within you is complete, you will be able to carry blessings that once would have overwhelmed you. Many people ask for increase without asking for wisdom. They ask for abundance without asking for discipline. They ask for open doors without asking for discernment. But I desire to give you all of these together. When I bless you, I want that blessing to become a source of peace, not another source of stress. That is why your spiritual growth matters so much. You have heard people say that money changes people. Often, money simply reveals what was already hidden inside the heart. If the heart is ruled by fear, more money usually creates more fear. If the heart is ruled by pride, greater success often produces greater pride. But when the heart belongs completely to me, every blessing becomes another opportunity to glorify my name. That is the kind of prosperity I desire for you. Prosperity that strengthens your family, prosperity that allows generosity to grow, prosperity that produces gratitude rather than arrogance, prosperity that reminds you every day where every good gift truly comes from. James 1:17 declares, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights." Never forget the source. When you remember the source, gratitude naturally follows. Gratitude protects your heart. It protects you from believing that everything depends upon your own strength. It reminds you that every breath, every opportunity, every relationship, every provision is ultimately a gift from me. Perhaps today your greatest miracle is learning to notice blessings you have overlooked. The family member who still stands beside you, the friend who encouraged you when you almost gave up, the wisdom you gained through hardship, the strength to keep going when you thought you had nothing left. These are also miracles. Do not overlook them while waiting for the next one. A thankful heart recognizes my fingerprints everywhere. As your gratitude grows, your perspective begins to change. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin asking, "Lord, what are you teaching me through this?" Instead of saying, "Everything is against me," you begin saying, "God is working even here." That shift transforms the way you walk through every circumstance. There is another truth I want to place deep within your heart. Do not envy someone else's harvest when you have not seen their planting season. Many people compare their private struggles with someone else's public victories. They see the success. They rarely see the sacrifice. They see the harvest. They rarely see the years of faithful obedience that came before it. Focus on your own journey. Walk the path I have prepared for you. Trust that my timing for your life is perfectly designed. Ecclesiastes tells you that there is a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to plant, a time to build, a time to weep, a time to rejoice. If today feels like planting, do not become discouraged because harvest has not yet arrived. Seeds require patience. Faith requires patience. Promises often require patience. But I have never failed those who continue trusting me. Some of you are praying not only for financial provision, but also for restoration after betrayal. Perhaps someone took advantage of your kindness. Perhaps someone misused your trust. Perhaps money became the reason relationships were broken. Bring that pain to me as well. Do not allow bitterness to occupy the place where faith should live. Bitterness chains your heart to yesterday. Forgiveness opens your heart to tomorrow. Forgiveness does not declare that what happened was acceptable. It declares that you trust me to bring justice while you continue walking in freedom. Leave judgment in my hands. Continue walking in peace. As you continue this hour of prayer, ask me to cleanse every hidden fear that still lingers within your heart. Ask me to replace every anxious thought with confidence in my promises. Ask me to help you become the kind of person who remains faithful whether blessings come quickly or slowly. Because lasting faith is not measured by how loudly someone prays, it is measured by how faithfully they continue trusting when they cannot yet see the answer. If these words have strengthened your spirit today, I invite you to leave another declaration in the comments. Write, "Every good gift comes from God." Let those words remind your heart that your provider has never changed and never will. And if you feel led to continue growing in prayer after today's message, I encourage you to receive the special gift that has been prepared for you. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, is available only today through link 1 in the first pinned comment. It was created to help you build a stronger daily prayer life and remain anchored in God's promises during every season. And if your heart desires to walk more closely with this community of faith, Link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these opportunities with gratitude, remembering that they are available only for a limited time. Now lift your eyes beyond your present circumstances. Do not let temporary challenges become permanent conclusions. I am still writing your testimony. I am still opening doors that no one can close. I am still restoring what seemed beyond repair. I am still preparing blessings that will arrive at exactly the right moment. Remain humble, remain thankful, remain faithful, and never forget that while you continue seeking my presence above everything else, I am preparing not only the answer you have been praying for, but also the heart that will know how to receive it with wisdom, gratitude, and unwavering trust. As you continue to remain in my presence, I want you to notice how different your heart feels from when you first began this time of prayer. Perhaps some of your questions remain unanswered. Perhaps your financial situation has not changed overnight. But if you have stayed with me sincerely, something inside you has already begun to change. That change is precious. Do not underestimate it. Before I transform circumstances, I often transform perspective. When your perspective changes, fear loses much of its power. You begin seeing opportunities where you once saw only obstacles. You begin recognizing my faithfulness in places you once overlooked. You begin expecting my guidance instead of expecting disappointment. This is how hope grows. Hope is not built in a single dramatic moment. It is built every time you choose to trust me again. There will always be voices trying to pull your attention away from my promises. The world will tell you that your value depends on what you own. It will tell you that peace comes from having more. It will convince you that your identity is tied to your income, your possessions, or your achievements. But my truth says something entirely different. Your value was established long before you earned your first paycheck. It was established the moment I created you in my image. You are valuable because you are loved. You are precious because you belong to me. Nothing can increase that value. Nothing can diminish it. When you truly understand this, you stop chasing acceptance through material things. Instead, you begin living from the security of my love. That security changes every decision. You become less controlled by fear, less influenced by comparison, less tempted to compromise your integrity for temporary gain, because you know that no amount of money is worth losing the peace that comes from walking with me. There are people listening today who have been tempted to take shortcuts. Perhaps an opportunity appeared that promised quick wealth but required compromising your honesty. Perhaps someone encouraged you to act in ways that troubled your conscience. Listen carefully. Never sacrifice eternal peace for temporary profit. The blessing I prepare for you will never require you to abandon righteousness. Proverbs reminds you that it is better to have little with integrity than great wealth gained dishonestly. Trust that I know how to provide without asking you to betray the values I have placed within your heart. Integrity is one of the greatest investments you will ever make. People may not always notice it immediately. The world may not always reward it quickly, but heaven never overlooks it. Every honest decision, every promise you keep, every moment you choose truth instead of deception, I see them all, and I delight in those who walk faithfully before me. Remember Daniel, he refused to compromise even when compromise seemed easier. Remember Joseph, he chose purity even when no one else would have known. Remember Ruth, she remained faithful in ordinary responsibilities before extraordinary favor found her. Their stories remind you that character often opens doors that talent alone never could. As you pray today, ask me not only for provision but also for unwavering integrity. Pray that your heart would remain faithful whether you experience abundance or scarcity. A faithful heart becomes a trustworthy vessel, and I delight in entrusting greater responsibility to those who remain faithful with what they already have. There is another truth I want to plant deeply within you. Do not fear generosity. Some people cling tightly to everything they receive because they believe there will never be enough, but generosity reflects trust. When guided by wisdom, generosity reminds your heart that I remain your provider. This does not mean acting carelessly or ignoring wise stewardship. It means refusing to let fear become your master. The open hand often receives more than the closed fist. Learn to hold every blessing with gratitude rather than anxiety. Thank me for what I give. Use it wisely. Share it when I lead you. And trust that my provision does not end with one blessing. My faithfulness is continual. Every morning, my mercies are new. Every season carries fresh opportunities. Every challenge carries fresh grace. Some of you have quietly wondered whether your prayers have become repetitive. You ask for the same breakthrough day after day. Do not become discouraged. Persistent prayer is not a sign of weak faith. It is often evidence of steadfast faith. Remember the persistent widow in my parable. She continued asking, she continued believing, she refused to stop. Likewise, continue bringing your requests before me with confidence, not because you must persuade me to care, I already care, but because persistent prayer shapes your heart to remain connected to mine. Prayer is not merely about changing circumstances, it is about deepening relationship. The more time you spend with me, the more clearly you recognize my voice. The more clearly you recognize my voice, the less easily fear deceives you. That is why this hour matters. Not because 60 minutes contains special power, but because uninterrupted time in my presence allows your soul to breathe again. Allow yourself to rest here. Allow my word to quiet every anxious thought. Allow my love to remind you that your future is secure in my hands. If these words have encouraged you, I invite you to make another declaration of faith in the comments. Write, I choose faith over fear. Let those words become your decision for today and for every tomorrow that follows. And before we continue, I want to remind you of the gift that has been prepared with great care for everyone who desires to continue strengthening their prayer life. The ebook, The Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, is available only today through link 1 in the first pinned comment. It was prepared to help you continue seeking God with confidence, wisdom, and perseverance long after this message ends. And if you would like to become even more connected with this family of faith, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these opportunities with gratitude, remembering that they are available only for today. Now keep your heart open. Do not rush toward the end of this prayer. Some of the deepest work I accomplish happens when my children simply remain still before me. Continue listening, continue trusting, continue believing, for I am shaping a future that is built not merely upon financial increase, but upon enduring peace, unwavering integrity, courageous faith, and a relationship with me that no circumstance will ever be able to take away. As this sacred time continues, I want you to release one final burden that many people carry without realizing it. The burden of believing that you must earn my love before you can receive my blessings. My child, listen carefully. You cannot purchase my grace. You cannot buy my mercy. You cannot work hard enough to make me love you more, and you cannot fail enough to make me love you less. My love for you was demonstrated long before you asked for financial provision. It was demonstrated at the cross. Everything I ask of you flows from relationship, not from fear. I do not invite you into prayer because I wish to test your endurance. I invite you into prayer because I desire your heart. The more time you spend with me, the more you begin to understand who I truly am. Many people know about me. Far fewer truly know me. Some imagine me as distant. Others imagine me as constantly disappointed with them. Some believe I only notice their failures. But look at the Gospels. Look at how I treated the broken. Look at how I welcomed the weary. Look at how I restored those who had fallen. Look at how I encouraged those who believed they had no future. That same compassion is extended toward you today. You may have made financial mistakes. You may have trusted the wrong people. You may have carried guilt because of decisions you wish you could undo. Bring those regrets into my presence. Do not hide them. Nothing surprises me. Confession is not about informing me. It is about freeing your own heart. When you confess your burdens, you stop carrying them alone. When you receive my forgiveness, shame loses its power. And where shame once ruled, hope begins to grow again. There is someone listening who has quietly believed that God blesses everyone except them. Perhaps years of disappointment have created that thought. Perhaps repeated hardship has convinced you that heaven has passed you by. Reject that lie. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not beyond my reach. Isaiah 41:10 still speaks with power today. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Notice how many promises are contained in those few words. I am with you, I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you. You are not standing alone. Even when no one else understands your burden, I understand. Even when no one else notices your silent prayers, I notice. Even when no one else believes in your future, I already know the plans I have prepared for you. Some blessings take time because they are connected to people, places, and moments that must come together according to my perfect wisdom. Trust that I see the complete picture. You see one page. I hold the entire story. Do not become discouraged simply because today's page contains difficulty. Keep turning the pages with faith. I am not finished writing. There is another invitation I want to extend to you. Begin replacing fear-filled imagination with faith-filled expectation. Many people spend hours imagining everything that could go wrong. Imagine instead what could happen if my favor opens a door no one expected. Imagine what could happen if wisdom transforms your decisions. Imagine what could happen if peace replaces panic. Imagine what could happen if your family witnesses my faithfulness through your life. Your imagination can become a place where fear grows or where hope grows. Choose hope. Philippians teaches you to think about whatever is true, honorable, just, pure, lovely, commendable, excellent, and worthy of praise. Guard your thoughts carefully. What you consistently meditate upon eventually shapes the direction of your heart. Fill your mind with my promises more often than with the headlines of fear. Fill your spirit with scripture more often than with discouragement. The voice you listen to most consistently often becomes the voice you believe. Make my word your daily foundation. As you continue praying today, ask me to renew your mind. Ask me to remove every false belief that has kept you bound. Ask me to replace every lie with truth, every fear with peace, every anxious thought with confidence. Transformation begins from the inside, and once the heart begins changing, your decisions begin changing. Your conversations begin changing, your relationships begin changing, your future begins changing one faithful step at a time. Perhaps you have been asking me for a miracle. Do not overlook the miracle already taking place. Your heart is becoming softer. Your faith is becoming steadier. Your trust is becoming deeper. Those are miracles too. One day you will look back and realize that this season was not only about financial breakthrough, it was about becoming someone who knows how to walk closely with me regardless of the season. That is a treasure greater than silver or gold. If these words have spoken to your heart today, I invite you to leave another declaration of faith in the comments. Write, Jesus is leading every step of my life. As you write those words, believe that my guidance is already surrounding your future. And if you desire to continue strengthening your walk with me beyond this message, remember the special gift that has been prepared for you. The ebook, the Financial Miracle Prayer Guide, is available only today through link 1 in the first pinned comment. It was created to help you remain faithful in daily prayer, deepen your trust in God, and continue growing spiritually every day. If your heart desires to become even more connected with this family of faith, link 2 is available for those who wish to become channel members. Receive these opportunities with gratitude, remembering that they are available only for a limited time. Now remain still for another moment. Do not hurry away from my presence. Every minute you spend here is strengthening something eternal within you. Your circumstances will continue changing throughout your life. Markets will rise and fall. People will come and go. Opportunities will appear and disappear. But my faithfulness remains constant. Anchor your life there. Build your future there. Place your confidence there. For the one who builds upon my promises will discover that even when storms come, the foundation remains unshaken, and the peace I give will continue carrying them toward every purpose I have lovingly prepared. As we continue together, I want you to understand something that can completely change the way you pray from this day forward. Do not come into my presence only because you need something. Come because you desire to know me. When your relationship with me becomes the greatest treasure of your life, every other blessing finds its proper place. Many people seek my hand, few seek my heart. Those who seek only my hand become discouraged whenever an answer seems delayed. Comment with faith, Jesus, I receive your peace, your provision, and your perfect timing. Amen.